Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Hey. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Far from your average, get a drink, sipping Kool-Aid from a chalice. Proper imbalance, chemically inclined to be the baddest. Superstar status, walk in the room, cause a little havoc. This how you have it, living life and it's so fantastic.
What's up, y'all? It is your boy Magongo back at it again. It's a new year. You know, this is gonna be my first video. I figured I might as well start off doing something that I've been wanting to do but not have yet done. Album reviews. Alright, so I listen to a lot of music. I'm a fan of music. Of course, I make music myself. And it's just been something I've been wanting to do, but I was just like, man, I don't know which album would be the right one to start it off with. And then February 18th came, and as many people know, my favorite rapper, Big K.R.I.T, K.R.I.T, Can't Remember the Time, dropped an album. And then I was like, my homie Kobe sent it to me. He was like, man, you gotta listen to it. It's a different vibe. And right, indeed, he was. Very much a different vibe from what, I guess I want to say like many people are used to from Big K.R.I.T. Now, I dabble into that more because that's, of course, what this is, the album review. But yes, so this is going to be the first of many album reviews coming for the future. It's just something that I feel is right for me to do. You know what I mean? It's just, I listen to a lot of music. I have a good opinion. And then, you know, you agree with it, cool. If you don't, cool. It don't matter, but cool. You know what I'm saying? And just add my, my perspective on the music. So let's get started, all right? So, the masterpiece that Big K.R.I.T has dropped, all right, on February 18th, was his new album called Digital Roses Don't Die. That's a pretty cool name. A pretty cool name. So, right off the bat, I've been a big fan of Big K.R.I.T for a long time now, all right? So, and one of the main reasons why I'm a big fan of him is just the way, of course, he's a dope rapper, amazing rapper, country, about that country. But to be honest with you, I love the way he makes his albums. Like, not just his albums, his mixtapes. In my opinion, his mixtapes are albums. Just be honest. His mixtapes are albums, and just sometimes you just gotta call it a mixtape for whatever reason. But his mixtapes are albums. Dude has 10 albums out, and like, dude's been killing it for a long time. And people need to give Big K.R.I.T his roses. Not just the digital ones, but the real ones too. Get the homie his flowers. Alright? Give the homie his flowers. Give it to him. Alright? But anyway, the themes. When he comes up with a concept idea, he sticks with it, and he always just destroys it in the best way possible. The best way possible. So that's why I'm always a big fan of Big K.R.I.T. He's been doing this for a long time. I mean, dude's a legend, and definitely a king remembered in time for real. He lives up to that name. The name embodies what he does. Alright, so, but let's get to it. So this album, Digital Roses Don't Die, it's, the theme for it is just well thought out, And one thing that I noticed when I was listening to it, some of these songs are short. And that's new. Because a lot of Big K.R.I.T songs, I mean, he don't always have long songs, but some of these songs are like a minute, 51 seconds, a minute, 30, 2 minutes. I'm like, these songs are short. Like, it caught me off guard. I was listening, I was like, that song's over already? You know what I mean? I was like, maybe you just switched up. Now, some songs do have a switch up on it, but nah, some of these songs are really short. And then I looked, 38 minutes. That's probably one of the shortest Big K.R.I.T albums I ever heard. It's 38 minutes. I mean, my favorite album from him, we just call them albums, of course, was the double disc one. I mean, that one was, whew, I got that one on CD up here somewhere. But that one, oof, where is that one at? But anyway, I got it up there anyway. Forever is Mighty Long Time. That one, literally it's 2 albums in one, double disc, of course, but just a work of art. Just a work of art. But anyway, let's get to Digital Roses Don't Die. So I'm gonna just break down the soundtrack. All right, like I said, 17 songs in 38 minutes, but each song does its job. Each song does its justice. All right, so like one thing overall, this is more an R&B album than a rap album. All right, Big K.R.I.T is doing a lot of singing on this album, which I'm not mad about. I'm not. Like, throughout his projects, you hear him do his singing anyway, and he has a good singing voice. You know, he harmonizes very well. He does his humming, but he always does his singing, and with his raps, there's always been a lot of rapping with some singing, which does wonders because he's great at rapping and he's pretty good at singing. But on this one, he does a lot of singing, and he complements that with some rapping, like the flip-flop. And I'm not mad about it. You know, I'm really not mad about it. And there's also spoken word on here. You know, a lot is a very poetic vibe throughout the album. And like I mentioned before, the theme, he does just beautifully. So we're gonna start off with the first song, which is Fire. It's an interlude. So I'm just gonna play a little bit of it, just a little something.
This is fire, like fire. The flame of it all, the hope, our passion against the stain of it all. The you could be, what if we're not what we should be? Love and pain of it all. We should film it and take a picture. We keep it original, 'cause who needs filters when digital roses don't die?
Alright, so anyway, there you have it. That's the first introduction. That's the introduction to the album, which is Fire. One thing that I loved about the theme throughout this album, Big K.R.I.T said, this is a love project. It's about love. It's about relationships. All right, it's about a relationship with a woman. You know what I mean? And it's broken down into chapters. It's broken down into pieces. It's broken down into chapters about love. And he starts off with Fire. Now, Fire is, you heard it right there. It's a spoken word. The instrumentation on this album is just beautiful. I mean, you hear flutes, you hear guitars, you hear, what else you hear? Man, you hear violins. Just the instrumentation, the beats, everything just comes well together so well. So Fire comes and you hear the spoken word, and the next song is called South Side of the Moon. All right, so South Side of the Moon is in the first chapter of the album, starts off the first chapter of the album, and it's a love song to hip-hop. Just like, it's really cool how he breaks it down from how hip-hop, it kind of gives you, in a different way, it's not the same, but I guess the idea of it's the same. It kind of gives you the Common, when he did I Used to Love Her kind of vibe. You know, he talks about how hip-hop was here when I wasn't mad when she was with the boys in the hood, you know what I mean, with the beef, yeah, and like that, but it was a different vibe, and I loved it. I really thought it was really good. It was man, it's just something different from Big K.R.I.T, but I feel like it was well executed. Me personally, I love when an artist steps out that box, steps out the comfort zone. Not even his comfort zone, because I feel like he was very comfortable doing this. You know what I'm saying? I didn't feel like he forced anything. I felt like it came easy just as I listened to it. Because like I mentioned before, you know, I've heard him sing on many of his songs before. But this time it's like he let the singing be the part that holds the spotlight. You know what I mean? Which was really cool. So yeah. So South Side of the Moon.
I'm from Southside, south side of the mall. She from NY, see you soon. I'm from Southside, south side of the mall. She in LA for a time. Reach out when I fly, I told her, hold up, I'ma be there in a minute. I'm like, hold up, I'ma be there in a minute. I'm like, hold up, I'ma be there in a minute. Got the spaceship finished, I'ma be there in a minute. I'm from 300, she from 106 and Paul. BT uncut, I used to see her in the dark. She had gold chains.
We're just gonna stop it there. But that song's a vibe right there, okay? So, and you can hear what he say, you know, I'm from 300, she from 106 and Park, she from NY, you know what I mean? He talking about hip hop. He talking about where hip hop's been, you know what I mean? So it's just cool along right there. That's just a little taste. I'm not gonna play no whole song. I might just not even play any song, but I'm just gonna give a little taste, you know. But yeah, South Side of the Moon is a vibe. And then next he comes on with Show You Right. Alright, so Show You Right's a nice funky track. And like I said, these songs aren't long. Like South Side of the Moon is like pushing just over 2 minutes. You know what I mean? Show You Right is a nice funky track.
Around me, I can show you better than I tell you. I'm prepared to. I won't tell you what's gonna be. I can show you better than I tell you. I'm prepared to. I won't tell you. Let go of me. The hope on me. Get longer. Let go of me. The hope on me. Get longer. That's why you all on my line. Blowing me up all of the time. Yo, I know you're dying to creep it.
Alright, you know, I'm just saying, like, each song is a vibe. So then you have Show You Right, which was a real funky vibe. It's still in the first chapter of the Fire theme. And then one of my favorites on the album, the last part of the Fire chapter, is Roll Clean. Now, Roll Clean is just smooth. Roll Clean is just clean. It's just a... Whew. Now, I'm going to play a little some of that. And it's just really good. It's just really good. I don't know, it's like, it's...
This
is a song that just makes you like... Maybe I'm just too hyped, but I'm just saying, like, too smooth. Have you ever rolled clean? You can't be mad at that, man. Man. Anyway, so that's it for Fire, the first chapter. And of a relationship, when you first meet a woman, you fire, you're attracted to that person, and you gonna do your thing. You gonna let her know what's up. You know what I mean? Show you right. Have you ever rolled clean? You know what I mean? I ride clean. Have you ever rolled clean like this, lady? You know what I mean? You're gonna woo her. You're gonna do your thing to really entice her. Make sure she wants you. Make sure that she attracted. You know, what's up? What's up? You know? And that's what the first part of Fire, first part of the album. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, 4 songs in. You know what I mean? 4 songs in, and it's a vibe. So the next part, which is really cool, is another chapter, which is Earth Interlude, which is another spoken word, which I love. I say which a lot, but I really do enjoy that part because I enjoy how he breaks it down, and each interlude is a spoken word. And someone else is on here with Big K.R.I.T throughout the album. I can't remember her name. I heard it before. He mentioned it earlier because I watched his live stream. And it's just him and her. Now, she sings along with him on some of these songs. She's along with him on some of the spoken words. And this is why I love Big K.R.I.T. There's a reason behind everything. Because the reason why he had no features, no other person singing along with him besides this other lady is because a relationship is only between man and woman. And it's just between a relationship in general. A relationship in general is just between one person and another person. All right. So the reason why it was like that is like you can't look for help for a feature. Now it's between you and your significant other. You know what I mean? So clever. Just clever. You know what I mean? Just clever. Anyway, anywho, let's get back to the track, you know what I'm saying? So once we enter track 5, which is the Earth interlude. Love the instrument, just the music, just the music.
This is Earth, like Earth. The groundedness of it all. Feet surely planted, no more head in the clouds of it all.
Alright, I just played these little snippets just so you can get a taste of what I'm talking about. But you gotta go and listen to it yourself. Do yourself a favor. Do yourself a favor and listen to this album. Listen to it. Please, listen to it. Oh my goodness. Anyway, so Earth, like I said, spoken word. And this is the next chapter in the relationship. The next step in the relationship between Big K.R.I.T and this lady. Alright? So Earth is you kind of get a little comfortable with her. You know what I mean? You get into that next step in the relationship. Before you want to just get attraction, y'all feeling each other. Now what's next after you kind of feel each other on a vibe level? You might want to feel each other on a physical. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So after Earth comes track number 6, which is called Come Out to Play. Pun intended. Alright, so I mean, you could look at the play on words, you could kind of get what the vibe of this song is about, alright? But like I said, I watched his live stream and just the whole vibe of it, where he went behind it, it's just everything behind the song it's like well thought. And if you don't know, you don't know. But once you know it, it's like it just makes you like the song even more. So, of course, Come Out to Play, sexual innuendo. But the vibrations of his voice, he changed his voice on this song to the BPM. He said he changed the BPM to 69. Go figure. I mean, if you're gonna go make a song, let's go hard. You know, do it all the way. Own it. And the one part that I love, and that's the song. Alright, so that's enough of that. I'm not gonna lie to you. The very first time when the song came on, I was like, I don't know. We're like, this like he said, he changed the vibe. And when it first hit me, I wasn't in love with it at first. I wasn't crazy about the vibration of his voice the very first time I heard it, and then it grew on me. And this song is just, to me, it kind of reminds me, just a little bit, just, you know, Andre 3000 when he had his album The Love Below, and he had that song was like Vibrate. It's nothing on Vibrate's level. Don't get me wrong. Vibrate next level. All right, but it's similarities to the song, and honestly, it's similarities with the album itself to this album, To Love Below, just because of the way they tackled a relationship between man and woman on these projects. Very different, of course. I love this one. Don't get me wrong. Love Below is a great one too. But Love Below's on a different level. You know, and that's no hit to Big K.R.I.T. I mean, I'm pretty sure he'll made it himself. I mean, that's 100,000. It's on a different level, though. I mean, he got major hits. Hey, yeah, Roasted. You know what I'm saying? But it's on a different level. But I do see similarities with that, in my opinion. All right? So, Come Out to Play was an interesting track. The very first track on Earth. I mean, you're down. You're feeling each other. Come Out to Play. You get me. Now, after that, it's the song Just For You. Track 7. And on that song, he's letting the lady know, I'm doing this just for you. Like, I'm about this for you. I'm going to give up all this just for you. You know, pretty much what it's saying on that. So.
Just for you, you would stop playing hard again. Hard. Just for you would give up all the nonsense. Nonsense. Just for you would let you meet my mama now. My mama do.
Alright, but like, I just love how that switches up right there. That's probably my favorite part of that song, just how you switch up. It's a good song, but when he's, that's cool. Now, as love goes, you know, when you get that right person, you find out, you're going to say, I'm going to do this just for you, because you care about them so much. When you meet that person that really pulls on your heart, you know what I mean? Pull something. Anyway, so, next track is number 8. Now, this track is a vibe. This is the song So Cool. And it's super cool. It really is so cool. A really good song. He has music videos for it. And this was the first taste I had of the album. I didn't hear Southside when we put out saying, I just heard that. The only song I heard was So Cool. And it's super cool. The video was really cool. If you haven't seen the video, check out the video. But it was just a vibe.
I get hot like a skillet. Think about money in the building. On the phone with the liver and a living. If the bank had a cap, I would give it. Like really, trying to get millions. Get a bigger high beat so vivid. A couple cars, all from really. You think materials make it sound silly. Like how it is so good. I'm so cool.
Alright, just a taste. Yeah, that song's good. That's a good song. That song, when I first saw the video, I played it again. I was like, that's a vibe. And that's why I knew he was doing something a little different on his. I didn't know the album was coming yet, but I just knew he was doing something different. And I'm happy with it. Alright, so track number 9 is a beginning of a new chapter. So Cool finishes out that last chapter of Earth. And then we introduce the next chapter, which is Water. The Water interlude. So I love the project because of the theme, breaking down love, and I love how each interlude is named after element, the 4 elements of life, 4 elements of a relationship. Just the way he broke it down, I just thought it was really cool. Just was really cool how it was done. So yeah, the next one is called Water interlude, and then this next part, it kind of hits some serious topics when you get in a relationship, all right? You start realizing different things about the person. It's like, this is something that I probably wouldn't have been cool with, but I'm cool with it. I'm going to ride with it because it's you. I like the way you do your things. Or you're like, I'm not really cool with it, and I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to ride with it. That's when you hit this point. So Water, I'm going to skip the Water interlude. You kind of get the vibe. On the interludes, very musical spoken word, all right? So the first song in this next chapter is track number 10, Boring, all right? When I first heard this, I was like, this song is boring. I'm just joking. But let's play it out.
Boring and you love it.
K.R.I.T.
I'm boring and you love it.
Maybe we can hang out one day.
I'm boring and you love it.
I still hold it down like a king should.
I'm boring and you love it.
You know, cause it's get good. I want a life for the party, oh yes I know.
Alright, so that one too, when I first heard it, I wasn't crazy about it right off the bat, but then one thing I like to do when I like first time I listened to it, I just listened to it. But then the second time, because I listen to albums more than once, to really get a full review of my opinion. Because sometimes you're always gonna miss something the first time, right? Even the second time. But the second time when I listen to it, I like to follow with the words, and then I connected to it because like on that, it's a real song. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you say he was just speaking honest. Like you said, I always find it funny when we hanging out with your friends. They talk about adventures, inventions, places, and pictures. I'm so boring to them. You know, sometimes I feel like that, you know, or I know people feel like sometimes like their life that they live is boring, but their significant other, the person that they're chilling with, it's cool with them being boring. You know what I mean? So I just like that song because of that. It's not like a highlight song, but it's a cool song that fits really well within the theme of the album, which is perfect. It kind of reminds me of, everything reminds me of something, but like J. Cole when he did his, I fold clothes for you, you know what I mean, like something like that. It's not like oh I love this song, but like when you listen to it, it's like I could relate to that. That's real. You know what I mean? That's what this song gave me. It's like I could relate to that. That's real, and that's why I do vibe with this song because it's a real song. Now the next song, track 11. Would It Matter? Now this is a good song. I when I first heard it, I liked it a lot. And it's straight up, you know. He's just saying, would it matter on a hook and stuff? He's like, would it matter if I had a 9 to 5 and had a dirty car? You know, I'm of course paraphrasing, but get a little taste.
If I owned it 9 to 5, I still working, and I never could afford you a burger. You said it really matter to you. Would it really matter to you? If a car drive just be on the surface, and the river didn't come with a curve, said it wouldn't matter to you. Would it really matter to you? My phone ain't serving, I'm never serving. I never serving. They taking, I'm probably clerking with these days. I'm not concerned. They lay out, I make a way. I go back to school. If it's cool, I go major in real estate. Buy a bigger play for you and I.
Alright, we're gonna cut it right there. But yeah, this song's a vibe all the way through. All the way through. And I just love the way you know, K.R.I.T really played with his voice on this. Like he really made it an instrument. Usually use his voice as an instrument on this one. Even when, like I always like the one he raps, the way he said his words sometimes. I know it's a southern draw, his accent, whatever, but sometimes just the way he said his words was just cool. It was just really cool. And on this song, this album, he does his voice in different ways when he's singing and just the way he says his words. It's just really cool. It's entertaining to listen to. And he's also saying something at the same time, so can't beat that. Can't beat that. So yeah, would it matter to you if I can make that money or not? If I don't have that money, you know. Still going on with the relationship part, you know. It is a journey. It's a journey through this relationship, which I really do enjoy. All right, so then we get to 12. Now, track number 12 is 2 songs in one. All right. It's called Generational, and then the next one is called Way Down. All right, so this is a good song. Like, we're getting into like some nitty gritty or some serious stuff, you know what I mean? And it's a good song, so I'll play a little bit of that.
Apples might fall from trees, but what if it's a chip off the old block? What if I pass it down? Clouds where the sun can't reach. What if it's a chip off the old block? What if I pass it down? Highs where the lows run deep. What if she's a chip off the old block? What if I pass it down? Torn between you and me. What if it's a chip off the old block? What if I pass it down? What if I ain't meant to be a parent? What if I'm a lost soul damaged?
Alright, we're gonna cut it right there. I just really like that song. So Generational is really called about, you know, you pass things down. So unconsciously, sometimes you already know, like, yeah, I got that from my pops. I got that from my mom. You know, that's a trait that I picked up from them. And then, so this song is really concerning that. It was like, I don't want to do that to my kid. What if they get my bad habits? You know, what if they chip off the old block? Or sometimes, I believe he was also referencing, like, him picking up habits from his parents as well, you know. It's just a really good song. I love just the musicality of it, his singing, it was some really good songs. Big K.R.I.T don't make bad songs. You know, in my opinion, he doesn't make bad songs. Now, some songs may be better than others, and that's, of course, is going to happen, but I never said, man, that's a bad song. You know, like, I never actually said or listened to a song and was like, man, that song is trash. No. Of course, there's going to be certain songs I like more than others, but, you know, a bad Big K.R.I.T song could be completely better than a song on the radio. In my opinion, you know what I mean? But I am biased. He is my favorite artist. So, but yeah, Way Down, Generational, and then Way Down. I didn't play Way Down, so you're going to have to check that out on your own. Alright? So the next song starts the last chapter of the album, which is number 13, and it's the Wind interlude, okay? I'm not going to play the interlude because you already get the vibes for the interlude. You know, it's poetic and very good music in the background. Some of them have like a flute solo at the end. So it's really cool. I think More Than Roses is the one that has a flute solo at the end. But anyway, Wind interlude is really good. So then with the Wind, I remember one of the key words he said, turbulence. Alright? And then when you get to an end of a relationship, because this is what's happening with the Wind, it's turbulent, things are swaying back and forth, they're not as smooth as it was before, the fire has cooled off, you know what I mean? It's towards the end. So the next song, song number 14, it's over now, right? So now you're realizing that it's over now, and you coming to terms with it. You understanding what you did wrong, what he did wrong in this situation. He's owning up to his mistakes. But at the end of the day, you know, he may apologize, whatever, but it's over. So we're going to play that real quick.
It's over now. It's over now. I lost it all. I did it wrong. I knew. Only been in love like this one time, I swear. Can't get you off my mind, I swear. I know that I got to move on, but I don't know how. And I feel no feelings whenever you come around. I do. Rolling the dice daily now. Missing you like crazy now. Days are getting wavy now. I let the ball.
Yeah. Alright, so it's over now. Song I put you in your feels a little bit. But, you know. Alright, so after it's over now, he comes with song number 15, which is Wet Lashes and Shot Glasses, which is, I really think is a cool title for a song. And it just goes off of, you know, wet lashes from crying. You know, you know, it's tough to deal with a, you know, end of a relationship. And then shot glasses, sometimes the best way to get over something, or at least try to get over something, is turn up, you know what I mean? But that doesn't really, you forget about for the moment, but it's always going to come back. And that's what he talks about in the song. You can forget about the moment, you're going to cry, whatever, you're going to get your homies, or you're going to get your girls, you're going to go out, have a good time, and just say, forget that, get your mind off that, it's over with. And then you come back and with your solo dolo by yourself again, you still going to have to deal with it. There's no really escaping. You're going to have to deal with it and come to terms with it. You know what I mean? So that's what that song's about. We get a little taste of it real quick.
Glasses, joint actions, don't need to Wipe the teardrops off while we drink and smoke. Wipe the teardrops off while we drink and smoke. When love come round, love ain't here no more. I guess I'll wipe off the car.
Alright, so we'll cut it off there. And then the name of the lady who sings throughout the songs with K.R.I.T is called Roland. I hope I'm pronouncing her name right. But that's the name of her. I just saw it when I played the song. Really cool. Really cool how they came together and made this album. I really thought they did it really well. And then when I found out, it's a purposeful just him and her because they, it's just two people in a relationship. I was like, that's clever. That's cool. Well thought out. I love when projects are well thought out. There's a mission and you following through it the whole time. I truly do enjoy that. I think that's really cool. Don't get me wrong, it's cool sometimes, when you just got songs, but when it's a concept album and it's concise and every song makes sense and it fits within, that's an album. That's an album. And this is an album. Now, next song we're moving on to is 16. Number 16 is called All the Time. So let's dabble in it.
All the time I spent jumping days, on the corner spent jumping days, nothing if you've never been in love. Nothing if you've never been in love. One good with slam do, top with an attitude. Get back what you had to do. Everything by capital. Came over and never do. That was always against the move. You probably would have had a career, but you really gotta let me. Got a girl that right to me. Drop top for you dropping me. See when the paint is great, man. Ain't no flick, but you got to see.
Oh, we gonna cut it there. Alright, so All the Time is you're still reminiscing about the relationship, how things went. Now you're trying to bounce back and things are a little different. You know what I mean? Like that's what that one's about. And K.R.I.T, like I said, is majority singing complemented with some rapping. But K.R.I.T don't disappoint with his rapping. Like that just don't happen. He don't disappoint with his raps. He's always on point with his raps. So yeah. Alright, now we move on to our very last song on the album, which is called More Than Roses. Alright? And More Than Roses is a great way to sum up the album. It's a great summary, a great final track. And I also knew because I watched the live stream and I followed along with the songs when he did his I watched it on YouTube. Digital Roses is not the whole theme of it. Of course, Roses is a relationship thing, but he was mostly talking about photos. You know what I'm saying? It's more than roses. These are moments that you capture. Digital Rose is it's a memory. You take that thing, and he had a picture of his grandparents that he had on his phone that he was showing people and talking about. But like, I really like the idea of that. Digital Roses, they never die. They don't die. So the whole concept of the album was really well put together. And I'm going to give a little taste of More Than Roses to sum it up. And I'm going to give my overall opinion about the whole thing, which I've been saying throughout this whole video. But let's do it.
Funny how time can fly from younger to the wise. Morning, noon to night, you're still the apple of my eye. I know you're fine with roses. I love you more than roses. But digital roses don't die and change. Hope we don't do the same. This digital bouquet, I hold it right into the day. I know you're fine with roses. Digital roses, I love you more than roses. But digital roses don't die. No matter the rain that falls, it's love.
We're going to cut it there. But, yeah, it was a great way how he summed it up. And you'll hear I believe that's when the flute solo comes in at the end. And I love the different solos of the instruments because it when you just hear a certain solo, sometimes with the flute solo, it kind of gives you a uplifting vibe at the end of it. But sometimes you just hear that guitar solo, it might kind of stir you up a little bit. But everything on here was for a reason. I don't feel like there was any filler tracks. I feel like every track made sense of the theme, and that's why I really did enjoy it. All right, so one moment. Overall, I really did enjoy this album. I really did. It was something different. It was I didn't really expect an album like this, but I really do. I really do enjoy it. I listened to this album. What, the first day, or maybe like 4 times, you know. The first day I probably listened to it like 4 times, and then every day since then maybe 3, 4 more, you know. Cause like I said, when I do with the album review, before I really give a full opinion on it, I want to listen to it more than once, because an artist, they take time to make the album. I know. Like, it takes time to make a project. You know, when you're serious about it and you really want to make something good, it takes you time. You're thinking about each step. You want it to make sense. You want it to be the best thing you can make it. And then for someone just to listen to maybe a couple songs and to it to the side, it's like, no, that's not, no. That's just not how it goes. Now, especially for artists like Big K.R.I.T, especially for an artist like myself, all right? But especially for artists who take time and they really do craft good stuff, you gotta at least give it a listen, see what they're working with, what their plan, what their mission was. Things can't be the same every time. It's like, it's not exciting. It's not, let alone, it's not exciting to listen to the same thing from the same person every time. And I tell you, it's not exciting to make the same thing every time. After a while, like, man, I feel like I did this before. Like, you want to experiment, you want to be creative, and bravo to K.R.I.T making this album. Like, this was an R&B, I know it said hip-hop rap, but to me, this was an R&B album. It was groovy, it was funky, it was soulful, it was all of that, with raps. But, I truly did enjoy it. And I really thought it was impressive how he, made it so concise. You know what I mean? You got 17 songs, but it's only 38 minutes, you know what I mean? And like I said, no filler tracks. Everything makes sense. Everything fits. I don't feel like you need to take away any song away, because each song was a crucial part in the journey of the relationship, which is, I love when it's not just music. It's not just some songs thrown together, but like each song has a part of the story that, you know, it's part of the story and it goes along. This is an album, like, you could shuffle it. Me personally, I make playlists to shuffle, but when I'm listening to an album, I want to listen to it in order, you know. And it's because of projects like this, you get the full effect when you listen to it in order, you know. Just like it's just like the right thing to do. But yeah, I really do enjoy this album. I don't know if I rate it as far as number wise. If I had to, I'm not gonna say 10, because that make me I don't know, because I don't know if I say 10 just because I feel like he had other albums that were 10 that were completely different. But I guess I could say 10. I'm gonna say a 9, a 9.5. I'm gonna give it up there. I'm gonna give it up there, and that's just my humble opinion. All right, I know some people out there did not like it because maybe this is not what they wanted from K.R.I.T. Maybe they wanted more bars and more raps, which he's a beast at, you know, and I get that. But I'm glad he did something different and he executed it very well. And like I said, it sounded like he was comfortable, you know, because like I said before, you know, we heard K.R.I.T sing many times, but this time he let his singing be the spotlight, and I enjoyed it. Some really good songs, and like, it was clean, like legit, it was clean. I was listening to it and I didn't have to cut nothing out. Of course, he had a couple words, you know, that's not too whatever. But like it was, and especially when it come out to play, that was a clean song. If you know, you know. But it was a very good album. So shout out to Big K.R.I.T. Digital Roses Don't Die. I truly enjoyed it. A great album to start off the year. A great album to add to my collection. I got all his albums on CD. But yeah, this one I was looking. I don't see no CD. I see vinyl, but I want a CD. I got vinyls too, but like I just want the CD as well. But yeah. So yeah, let's do that. But yeah, thank you all for watching. This is my very first album review, and it was only right that I started off with Big Krizzle, Young Krizzle, Big K.R.I.T. Can't remember the time. It just worked out very well, and I'm glad I did it, and I hope you enjoy watching it if you watch it all the way through. But yeah, y'all stay tuned. More album reviews on the way, more personal stuff about my music and about me on the way. Let's get it cooking. Alright, peace out. God bless. TOA all day. Choo.